Hey there, fellow preppers. Welcome to Finance Fix. Today, I want to talk to you about something that is truly alarming. It seems like we are on the brink of a massive war between China and Taiwan, and the United States is getting involved in it. You may think that being here on American soil means you're safe from the chaos that is unfolding, but unfortunately, that couldn't be further from the truth. Let me hit you with some cold, hard data to show you just how serious this situation is. According to an article on the World Socialist website, the United States is sending troops to Taiwan after a general threatens war with China by 2025. While this source may seem biased towards China, the facts speak for themselves. The article clearly states that the United States will be quadrupling the number of troops stationed on Taiwan. This move is a provocation to Beijing, which claims Taiwan as its own territory. Now, I know there are some people out there who believe that we are deliberately trying to provoke a war with China, but I'm not one of them. The truth of the matter is that Taiwan is entitled to its own sovereignty, and we are merely trying to protect them from China's aggression. However, in doing so, we are actively turning Taiwan into a military base just dozens of miles off the coast of mainland China. So, what does this all mean for you? It means that we need to start taking action now to prepare for the worst. The stock market is already feeling the effects of this looming conflict, with many companies' stock prices taking a hit. It's crucial that you start looking at your investments and making changes to protect yourself from potential losses. But it's not just your investments that you need to be worried about. In the event of a war, prices for everyday items could skyrocket, and access to basic necessities could become limited. It's essential that you start stockpiling essential items like food, water, and medicine so that you and your loved ones can survive in the event of an emergency. I don't want to scare you, but I do want you to be aware of the gravity of the situation. We need to start taking action now to protect ourselves and our families. So, let's get to work and start preparing for whatever may come our way. I must say, I'm deeply concerned about the current state of affairs between the United States and China. While some may argue that the number of servicemen being sent to Taiwan is a mere 200, we cannot underestimate the impact this move may have on China's already tense relationship with the U.S. We've seen time and time again how China tends to overreact when provoked, and this could potentially be the spark that ignites a much larger conflict. But that's not all. I came across an article that sent shivers down my spine. An Air Force general by the name of Mike Monahan is rallying his troops for war with China. He's urging his airmen to be unrepentantly lethal in preparation for what he believes is an inevitable conflict. According to him, President Xi Jinping of China will take advantage of the 2024 presidential elections in Taiwan and the U.S. to cause trouble, and he predicts that we will be fighting in 2025. This is a bold prediction, and one that I truly hope is wrong, but the reality is that we must be prepared for the worst. To make matters even more concerning, China is slamming a reported plan for US B-52 nuclear bombers to be in Australia. We are increasing our base activity in the Western Pacific, not to mention the Philippines and Okinawa. This is a clear indication that tensions are rising and we must act fast to protect our investments and assets. My fellow preppers, the situation we find ourselves in is truly alarming. Standing ground is being taken on both sides, and it seems like an inevitable invasion is looming. Many experts predict that war with China is just around the corner, and we must be prepared for the worst. Let's put aside the politics for a moment and focus on what really matters, our preparedness. As we've seen time and time again, wars have devastating consequences for civilians. Tens of millions of innocent lives are lost to famine, disease, and other hardships that come with war. And if we do go to war with China over Taiwan, we can expect to send our own sons and daughters to fight. I personally believe that a draft is imminent, and it's crucial that we start preparing ourselves and our loved ones for what may come. It's not just our military that we need to worry about. According to Army leaders, China will target the U.S. homeland in the event of a major war erupting over Taiwan or elsewhere in the Indo-Pacific. This means that we could be at risk of both kinetic and non-kinetic attacks, including cyber attacks on our power grid or pipelines. They will stop at nothing to erode support for the conflict and weaken the will of the American people. This is not a time to be complacent. We must take action now to protect ourselves and our financial futures. With the stock market already feeling the effects of this looming conflict, it's crucial that we reassess our investments and make necessary adjustments to minimize potential losses. We must start stockpiling essential items like food, water, and medicine in case of an emergency. Prices for everyday items could skyrocket, and access to basic necessities could become limited in the event of a war. I urge you all to take this seriously and start preparing now. We cannot afford to be caught off guard. Let's come together as a community and take the necessary steps to ensure that we are ready for whatever may come our way.